Hello and welcome to the Fall Guys Lost Media episode, where I get to show you the clips I've recorded over the last few years that you may have never seen before and that aren't in the game anymore. Let's take a look. Do you remember when the ground of Snowball Survival looked like this? That's right, it's all green now. Green and weird, but it used to be pink and blue. Quite appealing. This is what it looked like in the early access mode. Got a few costumes, a few cosmetics. Do you remember this? Lost Media. Yep, that's Speed Circuit. This is what it looked like the first time I ever got to play it, and it had no kind of animation intro screen. You just get put right in the level, and also I think the lighting looks a bit different as well. So this is what it looked like the first time I ever experienced this level. Hopefully it comes back one day. Now this one's still in the game. This is Volleyfall. Sorry. I think again the lighting looks like it was a bit different in this early access beta version. So the physics in Volleyfall used to actually be a little bit different. The ball would go where you were looking, sort of where the camera was aimed, instead of where your bean was positioned. It felt a little bit weird to play, but I'm not sure if it was better or worse than how the game works now. This is what it looked like if you were a legacy player and you launched the game when free-to-play came out. You got your legacy pack rewards, and I never showed off this clip, so it might be interesting to some of you. A lot of you may have never seen this, but you actually got given all these items if you'd played the game before free-to-play actually launched. And any crowns that you had were converted into kudos. What's kudos good for now? Well, I don't know, because I've bought every kudos item available. Those were the days. The Bean Hill Zone. Now this one has only gone recently. It's rumoured to be because of a license expiring with Sega, so I'm going to guess that they can't use this level in the game anymore. So here it is, you can have another look at Bean Hill Zone. This was not necessarily a level that was a fan favourite, but I think it was quite enjoyable. And for a limited time, we actually had this special show. It was just 3 rounds of this. This is what this clip is taken from. The fastest through the 3rd stage of this won a crown. That's right, an entire crown. Now, licensing issues like this actually happen in games quite a lot. To this day, if you buy a game like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on Steam, it will actually not have as much music in it as if you just bought the original version back when it came out, because a lot of the licenses for the songs have actually expired. So unfortunately that's something that's happened with Fall Guys now. This level is probably gone forever, so I hope you enjoyed it whilst you got the chance to play it. Now in this special mode you actually had to collect 50 rings. Usually you'd only have to collect 30 I think in solo show, but this was a special show. You'll be missed. Remember this? That's right, you used to have to collect some bubbles in some of the levels. We've not really had an event like this ever come back, or at least not for a while, and this happened in multiple levels. You'd have to collect the satellite scramble pieces to get some cosmetics. Now this is one of the most missed levels, Cosmic Highway. A really great level, but unfortunately it didn't run that well on some lower end systems. But this is what it looked like for any of those people who didn't play it, or if you just miss it. This was a great level, I really enjoyed this one. I hope maybe one day it'll come back in some way or another. But for now, unfortunately, it's in the vault. And of course, Space Race is also in the vault. I just felt like I wanted to show off some of these wonderful levels. They are greatly missed. It's just nice to see them again sometimes, you know? So this was another really enjoyable level to play. It did also have a few issues. I'm gonna guess that it also didn't run very well on some systems, and probably will be a little bit too performance intensive for some mobile devices for the future. But who knows, we'll just have to see what's in the pipeline. Not only is Freezy Peak gone from the game, but this is a crazy variation which, as far as I know, wasn't even available for maybe more than a month. This has to be one of the rarest variations of a level in the game. This had these crazy futuristic blasters in the level, and as well as that, this really quite bizarre low gravity section with these platforms and more laser beams halfway through the level. And just when you thought you got through all of the variations, there's even more laser beams and strange panel platforms blocking your progress. Do you remember this? Hexaterrestrial used to have blast balls? Yep, for a limited time it did. Supposedly, I think this was either exploitable or caused a possible glitch, so unfortunately, since then, we have never had blast balls in Hexaterrestrial. Did you get to play this mode? Did you think it was fun? I didn't really use the blast balls that much when it was out, but it was enjoyable. Now, I wasn't sure if I should even show this, but it was talked about quite a bit on Twitter. This was a cosmetic which was given out by mistake to a lot of creators. It's a SpongeBob hat, which was possibly going to be given out with some sort of collaboration, which at least so far has never happened, and it was actually removed from the accounts of everyone it was given to by mistake. I did have this for a little while, and I recorded a few games from it, but I wasn't sure if I should put them in a video back in the day, and probably shouldn't now. Just don't mention it to anyone, okay? Don't tell them I showed you this. It's a secret cosmetic and it'll probably never be back. Do you remember when there were loads of really weird hard versions of the levels? I miss these. It's been a very long time since I've seen this strange version of Slime Scraper that had force fields, or this version of Lily Leapers. I think this was Fall Guys hard mode, and it just had loads of really odd obstacles. Lily Leapers was even harder for new players than it is now, and a lot of people struggle to get through these levels. I can partly see why these haven't been in the game again, but I think it would be great to have at least some variations back. This is Gatecrash just covered with random obstacles almost. It was utter chaos, and it could be quite difficult to qualify, especially if enough players were bouncing off each other. But it was very exciting, and it was the right kind of mayhem that you need in a game like this. It stayed true to the feel of Fall Guys' roots. Hey look! Did you forget that Tiptoe used to look like this? Super basic in the beginning of Season 1. There was barely anything in any kind of decoration on Tiptoe, and you just had these really kind of plain looking tiles. Here's what Hexagon looked like. For all the people that went around in the early days, Fall Guys looked a lot more simple than it does now. But it was still just as fun to play. And in case you forgot, this is what the victory screen used to look like. And Fall Guys didn't have names. So I used to be Fall Guy 7061. Sometimes you weren't allowed to get your rewards. Oops. This? Much more recent and a very strange glitch. I don't even know what happened here, but that's a lot of rounds. Here's another weird variation. Slime Climb used to have this low gravity section, which was really helpful for speedrunners. All of the best times in Slime Climb, as far as I'm aware, only existed in this variation, where you had that low gravity section and a Yeetus at the end. Here's another strange variation. For some reason, a bunch of levels had random stuff added to them, and it was just a really fun way to play. So we had all the lasers, all the hex tiles, a really crazy low gravity section here, conveyors in this area with balls kind of swinging, and hex tiles at the end again. Utterly bizarre, and yet it still feels nice to play. People who have been in the game for a long time might remember that Slime Climb used to have this strange color palette or lighting. I don't know which one of those it is. I guess the lighting could affect the overall color, but it looked a lot different to what we're used to now. Playtest not running? Oh, that's a shame. Not many people would have got to see this when they played the game. Also, I missed Season 4. It was the greatest. That's a lot of days. Wow. Maybe these shows will never end. Look. Rare drop alert. This is Lily Leapers before it even had a picture to bring you into the level. This is what Lily Leapers looked like before it was in the game. Basically the same, but I did notice, with the help of some friends, there is a slight difference visually to this level. Everything's the same at the beginning, maybe the lighting and the colours is slightly different. It's hard to tell. Fall Guys lighting just changes every now and again. But this is the first time I ever play Lily Leapers. Here is where things look differently. I'll slow this down for you and show you exactly what I mean. So if we look at the base of these lilies as I land on them, they've got like an aura of yellow around them. Really strange. Now this was a cursed day where this green-haired witch costume was given away. Do you remember this? Where you had to collect the canisters? These canisters could appear across various levels, even finals, and if you collected enough of them, you'd get special cosmetics. Warp to Lost Temple. This was a rare version of the level, which was only available for a short time. Warped Full Mountain. Again, this was a really short-lived variation of Full Mountain. I kind of miss all these warp portal things because the wormholes were just fun. Lastly, and to end off the video, this was possibly the craziest level variation we've ever had in the game because it completely changed how the level worked. And not only did it change how the level worked, this was a final that everyone was very familiar with. The gameplay with this variation was so different, it made roll-off a real challenge in some ways, and it was very exciting and unique. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and comment if you have, and hopefully one day we'll get some more variations back in the game. I really enjoy these, and I'm sure most other players would too. See you soon. Goodbye.